Are you ready to meet the most financially stable and healthy version of yourself this year? Unfortunately, many people don't have sufficient financial knowledge, so this video will explain the personal finance basics that you should know as a beginner. Why people lack this knowledge is because of their money misconceptions or lack of proper school training. This has resulted in many people having to live without enough savings, no proper retirement plans, a couple of debts, and on top of that, settle on living paycheck to paycheck. But what's great is there are now many helpful personal finance videos you can watch and learn online to support you in securing a better personal financial situation. So if you don't want to be one of those people who suffer due to lack of financial knowledge, or you want to stop being one of them, watch this video till the end because we will introduce to you the 5 personal finance basics you need to know to kickstart your financial freedom journey. Just before we proceed into the main topic of this video, I'd like to welcome you first to the Finance Mama channel, where we craft only the best and up-to-date videos on personal finance basics. Get notified of all the latest updates and videos from us by simply clicking the notification bell, and if it's your first time on our channel, you can smash the subscribe button to be our latest subscriber. Give this video a big thumbs up to let us know that you find it helpful, and don't forget to leave us a comment below if you know other personal finance tips and ideas you want us to feature in our next videos. Learning how to handle your personal finance is not an easy task to do, particularly if you're new to the world of managing your finances. There are just so many things and terms to understand and remember as you enter the financial world. So to avoid overwhelming yourself as you begin your journey towards a financially stable lifestyle with extreme financial freedom, you should start learning these 5 personal finance basics first. First on the list of these personal finance basics is establishing a solid emergency fund. Life has a habit of throwing us into situations that we are unprepared for, especially in the financial aspect. But there's always a way to save yourself when things start to go south, and that is through having a solid emergency fund. If you have an emergency fund, you will always have a way to get through sudden unemployment, all the expenses needed for repairs when a natural calamity hits your home, or any anticipated medical emergency bills. Your emergency fund should be able to cover 3 to 6 months of emergency expenses. This way, you don't have to touch your savings and other investments just to get out from a messy financial emergency. Making a budget and tracking your expenses is the second personal finance basics you need to know. There's truth when they say that money is hard to find yet easy to disappear. Regularly keeping a tab of your budget and expenses is a great way to discover your spending patterns and figure out what you should do to best improve your financial situation and eventually achieve your financial freedom. Budgeting and tracking can start by as simple as writing a breakdown of your day-to-day expenses and then categorizing them to find out what unnecessary things you should avoid spending money for and what you should prioritize. This habit will be the key to having full control of your finances. Today, you can easily do this by either finding some helpful budgeting apps online or even just simply using an Excel sheet that will help you show your day-to-day expenses and see whether you are properly spending your money by prioritizing your needs over your wants. Money management through regularly keeping track of your expenses and having a clear budget will also steer you away from having any kind of debt, because once you have a clear budget, you will not need to borrow money from others just to pay for your expenses. It's not that we want to leave you hanging, but right before we proceed to the third personal finance basics you need to know, it would be great to show us some support by giving us a big thumbs up. And please click the subscribe button so you can be one of our amazing subscribers learning even more about personal finance. Number 3. Practicing various budgeting rules of thumb. Applying some of these budgeting rules of thumb in your everyday life will enable you to attain financial stability. The most common budget rule of thumb is the 50-30-20 rule that teaches people to allocate 50% of their profit for all their necessities, 30% goes to their wants, and the other 20% for their savings. There is also the 70-20-10 rule, where 70% is dedicated solely for your living expenses, 20% for savings, while the remaining 10% is for paying your debts. When your profit is in your hands, you need to wisely decide where to spend your money. Designate where each dollar of your income will go. This is particularly important if you already paid for everything you have to and bought your necessities. So, to keep yourself from wasting this extra money by using it on impulse buying, learn to make a plan where your extra money will go. It could be added to your savings or used to buy things that are also on your list of important things that you need but are not a priority. Another budgeting rule we'd like to share with you is the big bill prevention rule. This rule is perfect for you if you want to steer away from large expenses like annual vacations and extravagant birthday celebrations. The way to do this is by calculating all these large expenses and splitting the sum into all the months of the year to have a budget for all these expenses without needing the help of your savings or having other debts to fund these costs. The last budgeting rule you can learn to practice and assist you in managing your money is the 24-10 car loan rule. This one is specifically for people who need advice on how they should allot their money if buying a car is what they are aiming for. In 24-10 car rule, it is advised to allocate 20% for a down payment, then make sure that your car loan should only be up to 4 years so you can cut back on the interest as much as possible. And lastly, your car monthly payments should not be above the 10% mark of your gross monthly profit. The fourth personal finance basics you must know is to have separate accounts for every goal that you have in mind. If you are having difficulty saving money for all of your goals, it's better to create a separate account for each goal and be firm that this will not be used for other purposes than that goal alone. This will guarantee you that there will always be a significant amount allocated for each bank account designated for your every goal. Having multiple accounts for multiple goals will also keep you motivated in saving money and keeping your goals intact because you will know that the amount in every account is growing gradually. This method is also an excellent saving strategy that you can adapt even if you're still in the early stages of your career or financial journey. All you have to do is to be disciplined and organized and trust that no matter how small the amount you added to every account may seem to be, that amount just helped you to be financially secured and get closer to achieving not just one goal but all the dreams you have in every aspect of your life. Fifth and last personal finance basics you should know is using a tax and financial calendar. With this tax calendar, you will not only be capable of tracking your expenses, but you will also be able to keep tabs on every receipt of your purchases. Organizing the dates when you need to pay your bills is also made easy through this calendar, which is always available through various apps, or you can also make one of your own by simply using online paper planners. An important tip is to schedule a day in the month where you will pay all of your monthly bills at once instead of having their dates spread out of your monthly calendar. Once you have already paid all of your monthly bills on time, you will be free from payment worries for a month and you will have all the freedom in the world to spend the remaining amount however you want. So, do you think you're ready to apply these 5 personal finance basics into your life? Tell us how you'll do it in the comments below. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end of the video. I hope that you enjoyed watching yet another video from our channel and learned all the 5 personal finance basics. Give us a big thumbs up if you did, and if you want to get notified of all the latest videos and updates from us, hit the notification bell now. Be our latest subscriber by smashing the subscribe button and get all the latest personal finance tips exclusively from our channel. See you on our next video. This is your Finance Mama signing off.